Hello students, welcome to online classes of Shri Mahavir International School. In last video students, we discussed about the heat, that what is the heat and how can we measure that heat by the different types of thermometer. So today we talk about the clinical thermometer. A clinical thermometer is also called the doctor's thermometer. Students, I told you that doctors specially use the clinical thermometer, and it is used to measure the body temperature of human being. Mercury is used in that thermometer for the following reasons. Why mercury is used there in that thermometer? Because it remains in the liquid state for a wide range of temperature. Second thing, it is easy to see because it has a silvery gray color. It does not stick to the glass. Then it has a very uniform rate of expansion for a wide range of temperature. So these are the main characteristics and the properties of the mercury. That's why that mercury is used in the thermometer. And second thing, this thermometer measures the temperature between the range of the 35 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius, because this is our body temperature, and the normal body temperature of the human body, that is 37 degrees Celsius, and if in Fahrenheit if we talk students, then that is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. The normal temperature is indicated by a little row on the thermometer, and there is a constrict, constriction of or the kink in the tube near the bulb. Why that kink is used there and why that formed? Because which ensure that the mercury in the thermometer does not contact con- contract and the flow back into the bulb before the temperature is read. Now the students, there are some steps to read the body temperature. The first one, the jerk the thermometer so that the mercury goes below the mark of the normal temperature. First of all, jerk students, and then wash the thermometer and place it under the tongue or below the armpit, because these two places can can express the highest body temperature, and leave it there for 1 minute. For 2 minutes you will have to wait, and remove the thermometer and read the temperature where the mercury ends. So these are some simple steps students. By following these steps you can easily measure the body temperature of human beings. Suppose that you are at home, and if you are feeling the fever, then if you want to know that what is the body temperature, then simply you can use these steps. Second, the precautions while using a thermometer. Students, some precautions should be followed, because if you do not use that do not follow that precautions, then what happens? So let's see. The handle it carefully as it can break easily. Remember, mercury is toxic and should not be swallowed. Mercury is toxic, that's why we have to handle that very carefully. And always wash the thermometer before and after use it, and always make sure that the thermometer in the mercury, always make sure that the mercury in the thermometer is below the mark of normal thermometer before use. Read the temperature by keeping the thermometer at the eye level. Eye level means strange vertical. For example, this is your eyes, yes, like this. And do not hold the thermometer by the bulb. You do not touch the bulb while you are measuring the temperature. Now students, there are different types of thermometer, because nowadays digital thermometers are being used, but and that digital thermometers are very popular nowadays. These thermometers do not consist of mercury. They do not consist of mercury, and mercury is what? Toxic. That's why this is very popular. Now here is an activity, student. To measure the body temperature, use a thermometer and find out the body temperature of four different people. Okay, use a thermometer and find out the body temperature of four different people. Record the temperatures in the table given below. Students, this is the table. In that table you have to write the name of three person, and you have to measure one by one the body temperature of that person. Next thing students, we see laboratory thermometer. Students, that laboratory thermometer is especially used in the laboratories, and it is used in laboratory and has the temperature range minus. Okay students, the range of that laboratory thermometer is what? Minus 10 degree Celsius to what? 110 degree Celsius. You can imagine students, the very different temperature. And the bulb of the laboratory thermometer is filled with the mercury or the alcohol. And what are the advantage, students, by of using that laboratory thermometer? See, the advantages of using the alcohol over the mercury is that the alcohol is cheaper, less harmful, and can measure much lower temperature than what? Mercury. And while they measuring the temperature with a laboratory thermometer, follow the same precaution as those for a clinical thermometer. Students, you have to follow same precautions when you are using uh, either the clinical or the laboratory thermometer. The bulb of the laboratory thermometer should be always kept the vertically and straight while noting the thermometer. And second point is what? Laboratory thermometers are generally more sensitive to temperature change. Hence, they instantly show rise and drop or increase and decrease in temperature. So we cannot use it for measuring body temperature thermometer as a body temperature. Students, we cannot use that laboratory thermometer as the clinical thermometer. Why? Because there is a absence of kink, students. Okay, which prevent the backflow of that mercury and alcohol. Okay, so yes, we cannot use it for measuring the body temperature, because as soon as it will be taken out of the mouth, there will be a drop in the thermometer, and thus it will give a wrong reading of the thermometer. The king in the clinical thermometer solve this problem of sudden drop in a thermometer. Now students, maximum and minimum thermometer. You can see very interesting picture is here for you. So maximum and minimum thermometer to measure the atmospheric temperature. A maximum minimum thermometer is used to measure the maximum and minimum atmospheric temperature for a day. It is commonly used whenever a simple way is needed to measure the extreme of a temperature at a location. Here students, you have to write the answers in these filling the blanks one by one. Now the transfer of heat. Students, transfer of heat means heat is the form of energy that gets transferred from hotter object to colder object. As the beginning of that chapter, students, I told you from hot part to cold part heat will transfer. Thus a hot body loses the heat energy and cold body gains the heat energy. The transfer of heat continues till both the bodies attain the same temperature. Now student, there is an activity, that is activity number 4. Take 2 glasses half with water, okay, and boil some water in a pan and drop a cold coin in it. So leave it undisturbed for 10 minutes. Remove the coin with the help of a spoon or the tongue and drop it in one of the glasses filled with water, and after about the 3-4 minutes dip your finger in the both the glasses, and you will observe that the water is which the coin was dropped is warmer because heat energy get transferred from the hot coin to water. Students, simply in this activity what has been told, that you have to take a pan, okay, and you have to put a coin in that, and you have to take some water, amount of water, and you have to heat that, okay. After some time, after 10 minutes, you have to take out that coin, and then you have to dip that coin in a glass, and that glass should be contained by half uh, half water, and there should be another also glass of water that should be filled half, okay. And if you put that hot coin in that glass, in one glass, then after 2-3 minutes, if you will dip your finger, you will feel warm. It's mean the temperature has been increased because of that coin which you put and put in that glass. So it's mean the heat has been transferred from hot coin to the water. Now, heat can be transferred from one body to another by three modes as shown in the flow chart given below, students. Students, what are the different modes by which we can say that heat can transfer? So, first mode that you will study, that is conduction. Second, about which we will talk, convection, and third one, that is radiation. So first, if we talk about the conduction, mostly in solids, it yes, you must have experienced that the metal spoon kept in the pan of boiling water, okay. You must have experienced that the metal spoon kept in a pan of boiling water also gets heated, and this happens because heat from the hot liquid flows to the metal spoon by conduction. And conduction is the process of transfer of heat from the hotter to colder end of a body or the between two bodies at a different temperature which are in contact with each other. Students, that conduction process will take place especially in solids, okay, and the condition is what, that the object should be connected to each other, and the one part should be hot and another part should be cold, okay. And the transfer of heat by conduction take place mostly in solid but can also take place in liquids and gases also, students. You will learn about in higher classes. Conduction occurs when the molecules at the hotter end of an object acquire the energy and vibrate, and the increase in energy result in the rise in temperature. So the vibrating molecules at the hotter and induce the vibrate in the neighboring molecules. The way the vibration are passed along the object, and thus heat is transferred to its other end. Remember, for conduction to occur, the two objects have to be in contact and their temperature should not be the same. Students, I told you earlier that one end of that object should be hot and one end should be cold, okay. That should not be same temperature. And substance like the metal that allow heat energy to flow through them are called the good conduction, and some object which allow the heat like this, so these are called good conductors. And substances like the wood, plastic, water, air that do not allow heat energy to flow through them are called bad conductors of heat or insulator. Okay, students. So up to conduction we have studied in this video. In next video we will discuss about the convection method and how the convection method is useful to transfer the heat. Okay.